Hello, and welcome back to StoneBlock 4. Last time we went through this tree of Tier 4, fighting the main Twilight bosses. We went through this half of this tree in Tier 3, fighting Ignis. And we went through the portal vault down here. Between episodes, I've done very little to the base. I added a matter condenser here that's being exported into via this export bus, with a bunch of acceleration cards for cobblestone. This is making us matter balls, because matter balls is used for quite a few things. And cobblestone we have an infinity storage cell for, so we just have infinite of this. We can void all the ones we want, it don't matter. If you're wondering why I need matter balls, well, we'll get to that shortly. So for today, I have a bit of a different one as compared to last time. We are probably going to be skipping Malum again today, because I want the Resonant Void. And to get Resonant Void, we need some very complicated things. Well, some complicated things. Promethium mainly. So ideally we want to get Promethium, Fortron, and the Just Iris things, I believe it's Ember Fuel we need. And then that will all let us get the Resonant Void. I keep saying resident, it's resonant. I was making a funny joke here. Anyway, so getting Promethium is a bit of a task. To actually get Promethium, we need both overcharged crystals and a Heisenberg compensator. These overcharged crystals can be made with a particle accelerator for a very cheap recipe, or we can craft them using this much more expensive one, which might be what we do depending on what a particle accelerator looks like to make. The superconductors seem relatively cheap besides the dubious container, but I think we can make these. And the advanced batteries are fine. The other thing we need for this is the Heisenberg compensators, which require either Unholy Intelligence or Super AI chips. Unholy Intelligence is a much cheaper recipe, but requires more infrastructure, so we'll probably just go for the Super AI chips, as well as the Adamant ingots, which we made before. The Super AI chips are yet again in the Atomic Forge, but require Duratium, which I think we've made before. It's not too bad. Nope, I remembered wrong. It's actually quite expensive. Platinum and Netherite. Ouch. But that is creatable, as well as these advanced computing engines, which is once again in the Laser Forge, Atomic Forge, excuse me, requiring silicon wafers and processing units. We've made the processing units before, but we have not made the silicon wafers. But these are quite simple. We make these with a bunch of stuff we have already made before. Quantum processors, however, we have not. These require printed quantum circuits, which require quantum alloys, and quantum alloys are expensive. We need 4 singularities and 4 shattered singularities each, as well as some quantum infusion. Singularities you can make in a reaction chamber with a bunch of matter balls and a bunch of power, which is fine. As you saw just now, we have like a full drawer of this stuff. Shattered singularities are made with ender dust and skystone dust. We have basically all of this, also quite easy to get. Quantum infusion is a little bit trickier. We need quantum infused dust, and to hopefully see if we can actually auto outport from a reaction chamber with a fluid. And the quantum infused dust is just from crushing a shattered singularity, so this is just another processing pattern. So let's see how many of these patterns we can encode just right now. So if I want to just make a quantum alloy, does that work? Almost. We just don't have anywhere to put the quantum infusion, which is fine. I can do something about that. Yeah, we'll make a 64K ME fluid cell, and we should just be able to hook some fluid conduits back into this pattern provider. Yeah, there we go. So we can cut a couple things off the list already. That's pretty good. Alright, so the next thing to do is to make the Atomic Forge and probably have a better place to put it. And by a better place, I mean a place. So let's go build one of those right now. So, does this just get us to our Heisenberg compensator? Ah, right, we have to pull things out. Oopsie, forgot about that part again. Alright, well we got the Heisenberg compensator at least. That's half a Promethium, sort of. I guess it's like more like a third. So the overcharged crystals are the tricky part now. We could either use a particle accelerator to collide Fluxite with a powered Restonia. I don't think we need a very big one, because it only needs 1,000 joules of energy. Or we can make superconductors, which require dubious containers in an assembler. And we can make dubious containers, actually. So maybe we don't need the particle accelerator yet. Alright, so can we make, let's say, 1? We need energite and battery recipes, but I think we can do everything else here. Yeah, the batteries are pretty easy, and so is energite. So we need 4 of these to actually make our void, so what are we missing here? Matter balls, and it looks like that's about it. So I guess we'll just make 2 to start. And look at it go. Big craft, surprisingly. Hey, it's almost done. Our first piece of Promethium, wowie. And this is a slightly better ring modifier if we really wanted to. But I don't, because this stuff is expensive. This laser is also really slow. More specifically, the Promethium craft is like really slow, so I think we should get a capacitor for this. Yeah, because these things give a higher energy transfer rate, and if we could get like plus 4K, well, that'd be, 5 times as fast. That'd be pretty good. So each of these add-on tiers require the previous one plus a capacitor in an assembling machine, but that's like fine because these don't seem particularly expensive each, I think. Just a lot of recipes and we got patterns. So I think we can set this here, and then we hook the flux point there. Or where does this actually go to? Maybe from the side? No. Can I just like stick this here? I mean, I can't just stick it there. It's not the prettiest thing, but I suppose it works. Oh well. I mean, it's fine. We're hardly going to be looking at that angle anyways. But yeah, cool, Promethium. And the quest gives us a couple extra. Well, 1 extra. So let's see how fast we can make 1 more of these things, now that we have the extra fast laser. Oh wow, this thing is crazy. Alright, 4th piece of Promethium. So we only need the 2 Resonant Void, if I remember right. So that means we're done with that section. And we have the Resonance blocks, and the Empowered Void, and the Abyss legs. So let's make some Sky Osmium and some Enderium, I guess. Sky Osmium's pretty easy. It's just Skystone, Osmium, and Charge Certus in the reaction chamber. This is an autocraft, it's no problem at all. And Enderium we've made before. You can make the blocks using Molten Ender with the Dragon Egg and the World Engine. There's a better way to make this later on, but, we'll worry about that later on. Oh, we actually already have the Enderium we need. Sick. So overall, all that we're missing now is the Fortron and the Void Flame fuel. I gotta say, that Promethium was a bit easier than I thought it would be. It was just a lot of auto-crafting, really. So let's take that off. Well, that was eventful. I feel like this episode might be a little disjointed, so bear with me here. Well, in case you need a quick recap, we've done the entire docket today, largely in montages. Fortron wasn't particularly hard to set up. It's the machine that you power and you pull fluid out of it. I expected it to be worse. And Just Dyer's fuel didn't take too long either, just a couple little steps that I just did in that little pocket over there before I did Fortron. So maybe the rest of the time will get filled up with some echo talking? Let's see if we get some lore today. Okay, so I can't even click the echo. I feel like something's really going wrong with my save. I guess we'll look at Hyperion then instead. Oh, the Wormright's a girl? Oh, my bad. So we need a Chronon Resonator. So we need some Source, which was not a problem, some Fortron, which is also not a problem anymore, but we also need Sheol Fire, more of the Chronoton glass, quite a few Wyvern cores, some Time crystals, and a Chronon battery. Well, if I may be so frank, this will not happen today. To be quite frank, this has been a very disjointed episode because it's been a very disjointed recording process. I've had a number of issues, the majority of which I will not elaborate upon, but, they existed. Sorry, you need relationship level 7 or higher to know that kind of information, and you're just a viewer. So, I did manage to get this Deep Dark Catalyst. I guess we'll go do that just to round out Tier 4, I suppose. Provided it doesn't think I've already done that. In fact, I think I can make euphonium largely. Like, I have the Cursium. I found it in, like, a dungeon chest, but we'll just make it, like, next time or something. I don't know. I'm very all over the place today. We need this Soul Cage, which doesn't seem too hard. You know, it's quite easy. So we'll go in here, we'll hold the soul cage in our offhand and wear our night vision goggles to ignore the blindness. And because our staff has a high level of Reaper that I managed to put on between cuts here, this should be pretty fast. So I believe it's like this. There we are. Ah, there we are. So yeah, let's just shoot some guys with Eldritch Blast. Should be pretty easy. Soul cage filled. Find the boss elevators in the starter room. Well, there's some loot here. Is this any good? Oh, terracotta. That's kind of good. I was told the loot here was supposed to be like very good according to the quest, so I don't know what's up with that. Oh, an armor trim. That's kind of cool. A portal crown block. I wonder if that's used for anything. Ooh, a hot tub. Yeah, it says there's an elevator in here. An elevator in the starting room. Am I just like blind or something? I don't see an elevator. Oh, this elevator. Oh, okay. Whoopsie. Ah, here we are. There we are. Okay, cool. Alright, I am just blind. Whoa. This guy looks awesome. He's got some really cool animations. I do think he is probably going to die in like 2 hits, though. Oh, there's one of them. Whoa. Oh, he kind of hurt me a little bit. Well, I mean, he was like a little scary, just not very. Alright, yeah, let's go home. Alright, well, that was cool. I still have 2.5 minutes of vault light, but that's probably fine, I'm sure. And I think quite awkwardly, this is gonna be where we're calling it for today. Again, I know it's a bit short, more than likely, especially given what I'm used to posting, but well, I'm already kind of behind as is, right? We did do everything on the docket and then some today, though. You know, you can't be mad at me for that. Hopefully next time goes a little bit smoother and faster and less bugs. I obviously can't, you know, form a entirely fully sound opinion yet, but I've noticed quite a lot of issues in this pack, and they're quite unpleasant. I don't know if my world in particular is just cursed or what's going on with it, but it's quite awkward, I must say. Now, I'm sure I'll talk about that more once I'm actually done with the pack, though. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one whenever that happens. Again, hopefully it's not as long as this one took to get out. Bye? Bye? Oh yeah, I forgot. There should be a cool new outro. That'll be cool. That's not what made this take so long, but, you know, it should be there. That'll be neat. Okay, bye. Check that out. Bye.